A loud screaming of fans can be heard throughout the airport upon Jungkook's arrival from overseas work. He is the most famous soloist at this time, already crowded with fans who want to get close to him, adding more pressure the media who wants to ask him about his reaction for winning Best Summer at the famous just recently. He just walked quietly, avoiding the flashes of the camera, at the same time enduring the noise around him. But he never forgot to wave and smile once in a while. He looked so tired and drained for his busy schedule, but finally, after this, he can rest. A black SUV car waiting outside the airport. He got in, but at this time, his bodyguards and manager were no longer with him. Upon his entry, he immediately took off his cap and jacket. His mild face expression earlier suddenly changed into serious and scary one. Welcome back, boss, and congrats, said his trusted man. Duro looked at him in a side mirror, saw his boss unresponsive. Is there a problem, boss? Did something happen while you were abroad? Duro asked again. He took a deep breath and finally answered, nothing, everything's fine. I was just extremely exhausted from a busy schedule here and there. Everything is fine here, boss, when you're gone. So you have nothing to worry about. You can able to rest without stress. Thank you, Doro. By the way, how about that girl? I made your order, boss. Currently, she's been working at the bar you bought after getting fired in her previous employer. Is she okay? I can tell, boss. She still doesn't talk much and elusive to people. Let's go to her. I want to see her. Yes, boss. He took a jacket that was hung and put on a bucket cap and face mask to hide his face. Upon your arrival at the new bar you work at, you immediately went to the locker room and changed your uniform. When your attention went to the handkerchief, as you started recollecting in your mind the day you silently burst into tears behind the bar at your previous work. You can't stop yourself from hiding in the corner to cry after you read the text message from your close friend that your grandfather is gone. He is the person who has been raising you ever since. Since kid, you never seen your parents. Your grandfather said he found you outside the gate at the farm when you were a baby, laying in a basket. In other words, your parents abandoned you. Since your grandfather was sad because his wife has just died, he decided to keep you and raise you like his own child. While growing up, he didn't hide the truth from you. Basically, in your curiosity about your real identity, you came to the point that you look for your parents, but unfortunately, due to the lack of information and money, you ended up of giving up. You give up and just focus on your current life. A year ago, your grandpa got sick, so you ventured to the city to find a decent job and you thought of becoming a bartender since it's really your passion and somehow you learn how to be a bartender. Your previous boss was so strict, he only allowed you to take a day off to see your grandpa once a month. But he is good to his employees' incomes and salary. So even though that's the setup, you just put up with it. The important thing is that you have money to buy medicines for your grandpa. However, last month, grandpa needed to be confined to the hospital. All your savings were used up and in debt just to save him but ended up leaving you. You asked permission to your strict boss to go home to be with your grandpa. Unfortunately, he disagrees. He said if you insist, he will fire you. You felt sad, broken, empty. You can't do anything, so you just go to the back of the building and cry silently there. You were crying silently while resting your face on your knees when someone stood in front of you and handed you an handkerchief. Stop crying. If you want to see your grandfather, go home. He's waiting for you for sure. You were completely shocked by what you heard, leaving you puzzled on how did he know about your grandpa. You look up. Unfortunately, you didn't see his face because it was hidden. Everything will be fine, he added before he finally left. At that time, it was like that stranger taught you on what should be exactly to do. You went home even your boss fired you. Your grandpa is everything on you, so you want to be with him even at the last moment. After your grandpa funeral, you have no reason to stay in the province, so you return to the city to find a work to live. Live alone, without someone beside you. You need to find a job to pay your debt, but you were shocked when you found out that all your debt is already paid. You don't know who paid it. Furthermore, someone hired you to be a bartender at his bar. One waitress walked inside the locker. The reason why your senses returned. Did you pay my debt? Is that the reason why you told me everything will be fine? You said while looking at the handkerchief. But why? Why are you helping me? Who are you? You sigh and close the locker. Jungkook entered the bar and sat far away from the bar counter. He just focused on the girl who was quietly working on the bar counter, mixing drinks, pour into glasses, press bell for the waitress to serve the drink. She mixes again, and if there is no order, she is busy wiping the counter. It's obvious that this person is tidy. She doesn't want her surroundings to be dirty. Since there is no order yet, you grab the chance to use the bathroom. You tell the waitress that you will be right back. After a few minutes, you come back and put on the gloves. When you notice that the customer have disappeared, even the waitress and guards, you are the only one left until you heard footsteps and saw a guy wearing a black shirt and bucket cap coming. He sat on the bar counter, facing you and said, "Whiskey, please." "Right away, sir," you answered and poured whiskey into the glass and put ice. "Here's your whiskey, sir." You saw him remove the bucket cap, but still you didn't see his face since he was looking down. He raised his hand and slowly held the glass. By chance, you were looking at his hand also. You tilted your head since his hand is familiar to you. In your mind, I have already seen this hand. As your jaw dropped on the floor, completely shocked, after you recognized that hand. "Those tattoos, only Jungkook has that," you said to yourself. You are not a fan of K-pop, but who doesn't know BTS, especially Jungkook? When you scroll through Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, or YouTube, his name and face will always appear, and his song and BTS song always played in the music at the bar. You will start scanning on his face, making sure if it was really Jungkook. Meanwhile, he saw you walk backwards, obviously got surprised by what you saw. Later on, he felt that you were staring at him, so he slowly lifted his head and smiled. But instead of coming closer to him, you suddenly ran and went to the other end of the bar counter after you confirmed that it was really him. You heard a loud laugh from him. "Why did you run away from me?" "I'm sorry, sir. I'm not acting rude. I'm just afraid that some paparazzi might see you here, and I'll be implicated. Look around. There is no one here, just us, so you don't have to worry about." You check your surrounding. There is no one except to the both of you, and the door is also closed. so it's impossible that someone see him. You slowly came closer. Sir, did you rent this place to drink? You asked. Your face showed curiosity at his answer. He also looked at you, which made your both eyes met since you're also staring at him. He brought his face closer to yours and said, what do you think? Your world stopped on what he did. Your soul literally left your body. Imagine you're with Jungkook in the same room. Not only that, he's staring at you right now. You just swallowed your saliva while still processing what was happening just now. Later on, finally your soul came back after traveling to the parallel universe. As you woke up to the reality that the guy in front of you is the famous idol. You quickly move backwards. Unfortunately, you trip your own feet and about to fall. Good thing he grabbed your clothes and pulled you back to your standing position. Thank you. Are you not comfortable with me? Yes, sir. I mean, no, sir. I mean, yes, sir. Relax. Okay, you're right. I rented this whole place so I can drink freely without worrying that maybe tomorrow an article will come out that I might be an alcoholic or I'm dating my girlfriend secretly. You're currently dating? If paparazzi sees us this close, for sure that's what's written tomorrow in the article. Ah, then you distance a little bit from him. Just relax. Just forget that I'm Jungkook. Just think I'm your VIP customer who rented this place to be with the girl he... But he didn't finish his sentence. Then he reached his hand. I know you know me, but still I want to introduce myself to you. I'm Jungkook. You look at his hand. You hesitate to reach for it. You don't know why. It's like someone is telling you not to talk or to be close to him. But since you don't want to be arrogant, you held his hand and say, I'm YN. He stayed at the bar for about 2 hours, but actually he don't drink. He just talked to you and let his drink to be wasted. After he left, the bar opened again to other customers. Wait, his voice sounds familiar to me. You try to remember, but you can figure out where you heard it. Doro, tell our people to watch her carefully, especially protect her disease and paparazzi. Don't let them discover her. Yes, sir. But, sir, when are you going to tell her about who are you and about her parents? He didn't answer. He just looked away as if he was thinking deeply. Jungkook is a well-known idol. The guy behind the song Still With You, Euphoria, and the Unbeatable Seven. He is the Magni of the group BTS. He is known as his bunny smile, but he also hiding something. The famous idol is also the dangerous Mafia king. He has other character behind the camera. His dad is a former Mafia king, and he is set to follow in his dad's footsteps. Unfortunately, he prefers to be an idol. So at the age of 14, his dad let him do whatever he wants, on the condition that he will lead the mafia organization at age of 23. At the beginning, he hated, but later on, he's slowly loving it. He has more freedom and do whatever he like. He even more like it as a mafia when he met you a year ago after finding you for several years. The company knows his secret, so they let Jungkook because they know what might happen to them. That is also the reason why Jungkook has his own rules. 2 days later, upon arriving at the bar, you went to the locker room to change. Soon after, you went downstairs and went to the bar counter when someone pulled you from behind. You're about to hit him. Good thing you immediately recognize him. Sir, what are you doing here? You ask at the same time, looking around. Don't worry, we're just the two of us, Jungkook said. He made you sit in front of him. What do you want to drink? He stared at you. I'm not here to drink. Huh? Then why are you here? It looks like you rented the whole place again. I'm here to see you. Because of what he said, you look at him and feel massive goosebumps after your eyes met. Those looks. I'm sure I've seen that before, you said to yourself. To see me? Why? He just smiled and didn't answer your question. I'm okay now, since I already saw you, he added and stood up as he ruffles your hair. By the way, I can come here for about 2 days. Why are you telling me that? Just in case you think of me, you might be worried about me. Don't worry, I won't think about you, sir, as you smile. Don't smile, he said. Why? He walked headed to the door, but before he gets out, because I'm melting of your smile, he said without looking back. You arrive at your small room that you rented around 2 in the morning until you notice your things outside the door and your room was being locked. You just slap yourself. You forgot that you need to pay the rent in the previous days. The landlord already gave you an extension to pay for the rent that you haven't paid for 3 months. You should pay this month's salary, but he didn't agree. You don't have much things, only clothes. You pick up your bag and look around while thinking, where are you going at this time? What I'm going to do? Then you thought of the public sauna. You decided to spend there until morning. You start to walk while scrolling your phone to find the nearest public sauna when a car stops. Then someone forcefully pulls you going inside the car. You scream out of your lungs at the same time someone covered your mouth. Shh, Jungkook said. Your eyes widened after you saw that it was him. Jungkook! Aish! And so much nervous you couldn't stop cursing him, but they just laughed. Then you saw Doro, your boss. Boss? You know him? All you know, he is the owner of the bar where you're working. What happened? Why did you bring a bag? Don't tell me you ran away or someone kicked you out. You are wrong. Uh, uh, Stop it. Obviously, you're being kicked out. Do you have a place to stay? Oh, to my cousin. Really? I know you have no place to go. Then, you're welcome to my place. In your place? Oh, in my hidden place. You slowly open the car door to get outside. But before you could do that, he pulled you back inside and clung into your arms to stop you from escaping. Part 2 coming. Who is Jungkook and what is his relationship with your parents?